Vanuatu is a least developed small island archipelago country in the Pacific Ocean, inhabited by nearly 300,000 people. Vanuatu's latitude places it in the path of tropical cyclones, and it's subject to the cycles of El Niño and La Niña, which increase the risks of droughts and floods. Vanuatu is also located on the Ring of Fire, making it extremely prone to the hazards associated with earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanoes. In fact, the United Nations has ranked Vanuatu as the #1 most vulnerable nation on Earth to the risks of climate change. With the negative impacts of climate change increasing, everyone has a role for implementing mitigation and adaptation solutions. The unique experience of Vanuatu's private sector, its capacity to innovate, produce new technologies, and its financial leverage can form an important part of the multi-sectoral action that's required to address the global threat of climate change. Vanuatu's private sector has taken the lead in climate change programming through the establishment of the Vanuatu Business Resilience Committee, the VBRC, under the auspices of the Vanuatu Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The VBRC supports businesses to build their resilience to climate change and disasters, including emergency preparedness, response, and recovery efforts. The Pacific region's first private sector climate finance trade show, held in April 2018 in Port Vila, Vanuatu, and hosted by the VBRC, provided a platform for Vanuatu's businesses to showcase their potential contributions, services, and products directly to climate change donors and accredited entities. Co-hosted by the Vanuatu Ministry of Climate Change and the NDA to the Green Climate Fund, facilitated by 11 accredited entities, and attended by more than 180 Vanuatu private sector businesses, the Vanuatu Private Sector Climate Finance Trade Show was a huge success.
So I think all of us here, and I'm speaking mainly to the accredited entities, the implementing entities, the delivery partners, we would like to make the case for using locally based businesses and consultants.
Hello, I'm from Big Blue, a diving and snorkeling operation in Port Vila, and as well as taking people diving and teaching people to dive, we also try and do our best to protect the coral reef environment that we operate in. At the moment we are killing crown of thorns starfish, which is an outbreak at the moment, and we've killed nearly 4,000 starfish that are eating our coral reefs. But we need help.
Eden on the River and Yoku Farm is a small property about 20 minutes out of Port Vila. We have 200 pigs, and then we have some milking cows, sheep, goats, chickens. So a lot of this work we've already been doing, so we just need more money to upgrade it and get the genetics that's overseas.
This is, we think, a very exciting project. We're called VK Logistics. We're part of a company called Sandalwood Estates Limited. We've come up with an idea that we will put maybe 6 or 8 villages as our main sites. For people to live, adapt to climate change, etc., they need money. The mid-year farmer program is that we set them up, they grow what we want, and they will earn between 1 and 2 million Vatu a year. Now for farmers, apart from a few rich kava farmers, that's extraordinary.
Hello, my name is Jerome Brandt. I'm part of the Entherma Group, a family-based company in Germany. I've been here for 10 years now, trying to implement waste-to-energy solutions in the Pacific Islands. There is a major need in all the islands to still find solutions for the waste. Landfill is not an option, and so we are still trying to find the right partners to have a public-private partnership to build those facilities in Vanuatu and different island states, of burning all the different wastes and to produce energy, which is then green energy, which can also be used for the carbon tax schemes.
My name is Andrew Bond. I'm the CEO of Ocean Logistics Limited. We are very interested in being involved in Vanuatu's climate change space. Primarily we work in the shipping industry, but we also work in maritime infrastructure. Ways that we could be helped by GCF and other funding partners is loan facilities, grants, or public-private partnerships for climate projects in Vanuatu.
My name's Kylie Mullins. I'm the principal consultant for a Vanuatu-based consulting firm called Development Services. We provide administration and project support for international and community development projects, which is a network aiming to link donors and accredited entities and project staff with locally experienced and qualified consultants.
Hi, my name is Tom Saute. I'm from Vanuatu Institute of Technology. I've got my friend here, Ken White. He's from a community, specific community which we're working together with in collaboration to address this issue of climate change. Vanuatu Institute of Technology is a training provider, and we train people from age groups ranging from 18 to 30, 40 years. Last year, we started to venture into offering courses regarding climate change. Yeah, because we get in students from all over the nation, so if we have this ability to teach, train, they could go back to the rural places, communities, and they could help contribute into this climate change issue.
My name is Sandrine Wallez. I'm managing Active Association, which is an hybrid organization based in Port Vila. We're actually a social responsible organization with two businesses. We are owned by the organization, so one is mainly managing actually all handicraft and spices, and the other one is for the cocoa value adding products such as chocolate. So actually our NGO is created to assist the community to get more revenue, so empower the community at the social, economic and environmental level. So we want to get more energy efficient for the two processing facility we have for the chocolate factory and the virgin coconut oil facility. And we try as well to develop some technology that could be duplicated in the island and try to start to build capacity of the community by creating more jobs locally and using renewable energy.
My name is Kalmer Bogor, and I am the owner of one of the oldest local bungalows in the country, and I'm based in Sando, Lono Beach Bungalows. I've been running that business for the last 30 years. I run a tourism school next to the business, so that's something that I'm looking forward for some further assistance or future assistance from the donors who can help us, help me with the school as well in some sort of assistance that the school may need in the future.
Yeah, I'm Terry from Tanner Coffee, and we have come to the meeting to look at the climate change funding. I have a few questions, I suppose, and a lot of people talk about where the level of funding is at, and I see everybody on a national level, international level, all these international groups and people are providing funding and stuff, but we operate on the outer islands of Vanuatu, and we have over 1,000 farmers, coffee farmers, and it affects about 5,000 people, but they're at the grassroots level of society, which is where we work. It's their industry, they do a wonderful job, but how do they get any benefit from these all these funds? We talk hundreds of millions of dollars worth of or euros worth of funding, but my concern is, does it actually filter down to the grassroots level of society?
My name's Yael Sacker. I'm one of the owners of Azure Pure Water, Vanuatu's premier bottled water manufacturer. We've been supplying water in Vanuatu for 23 years. In August 2017, we launched Vanuatu's first plastic bottle buyback and recycling scheme. It is still currently Vanuatu's only plastic bottle buyback and recycling scheme, called Give Me 5, whereby we pay 5 Vatu per bottle of our product that's returned to our offices. After a lot of interest from this, and with the closing of the doors in China to the receipt of plastic waste globally, we decided to invest further money in the development of recycling technology here in Vanuatu.
My name is Frédéric Petit. I'm working for Vanuatu Service, and I'm here to talk about coconut and the benefit of the coconut here in Vanuatu. But it's also a lot of jobs behind, a good opportunity to attain some relevant rates of renewable energy here in the country, plus all the benefit of a plantation.
I am the face of Fine Foods. My name is Cornelia Wiley. What we do is we process food that can be used for any situation. We are climate smart. We use local foods that are locally adapted to the climate here, and we transform them into shelf-stable, long-life foods. These can go anywhere without refrigeration. What I would like to see is that the government or an NGO come on board and help us design a meal specifically for children or for mothers that are feeding, and be able to distribute it, whether it's a disaster or whether it's to improve nutrition in schools or whether it's to improve the food line out in the islands.
Thanks to the donors to this trade show, the GGGI, Global Green Growth Institute, the German Agency for International Cooperation, GIZ, Australia's DFAT, Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, and the GCF, the Green Climate Fund, several important recommendations emerged from this trade show. First, accredited entities should always use local businesses to provide goods and services for the implementation of climate change projects. Second, accredited entities and the NDA should build the private sector automatically into project design. The private sector should not be an afterthought. Third, the private sector requests more, regular, and deeper dialogue with the government and climate donors, especially by utilizing the Vanuatu Business Resilience Committee as a focal point one-stop shop for private sector climate initiatives. Fourth, the private sector requires more capacity to translate their current climate actions and ideas into formal climate proposals and concept notes. Fifth, the scale of climate financing is too great for any single small, medium enterprise in Vanuatu. Therefore, it's proposed that they write small grants into project initiatives in the range of $50,000 to $2 million US. Sixth, clustering businesses or industry groups might help the private sector to absorb greater flows of climate finance and thereby yield higher impacts on the ground. And finally, everyone felt that more events like this private sector climate finance trade show will strengthen the private sector's engagement in climate action.
I would like to say thank you, first of all, to our sponsors, GIZ, GGI, GCF, Australian DFAT, Pacific Island Forum, SPC. They've done a great job in helping us, the Vanuatu Chamber of Commerce and the Vanuatu Business Resilience Committee, to come together for the first time here. And we had this opportunity to meet accredited entities, talk with them, listen to what they propose, because we are here to listen to what offers do they have, what funds do they have, that our businesses in Vanuatu can tap in, can learn to access these funds to help develop and grow the businesses. In a climate finance, climate change environment, we need to be able to adapt ourselves, and we need to be able to be flexible. We need to produce alternative tools and alternative solutions to survive within the next generations. Thank you very much.